finally sitting here on the block with Victoria. So nice to be with Victoria.
So you look great. I'm so excited to this interview. Well, and it's Princess Victoria, don't forget.
That's right. Princess Victoria. Excuse me. So your tiara must be being fit for more jewels, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Good. Oh man. Well, let's just start. What's been like being home? I know I met your brother the other day at the party. How's your family been?
Oh my God. It has been so crazy. I'm so overwhelmed with everything. I miss Miami so much. It's so beautiful. I miss being home, getting on a routine at their house. So just like eating the foods that I like, especially because I keep kosher. And I mean, I haven't eaten meat in over 100 days. So it's crazy. And it's just insane. But I'm loving it. And I'm just really excited.
Just since you mentioned kosher food, is slop kosher?
Slop is kosher because basically it's oats, and oats are kosher. I asked before to make sure, and basically however people make it is different, but the actual slop, it's just oats. So and protein powder. That's all it is oats and protein powder. So it is kosher from what I've been told.
Sure.
Okay. Do you think that it was like if you don't live the kosher lifestyle, then like the other house guests who didn't have to like go through this regiment, like do you think it was tougher altogether for you?
Oh, 100%. I was so out of my element. I mean, I was raised very old-fashioned, and I always stick to my morals. I have never not eaten kosher, and I have been to like different countries, and I've been to different restaurants, and I never broke that. But not eating meat and not eating the foods that you're used to is hard, and I just had to mesh all that in with the game itself. It was just a lot of things. It was personal and the game, so it was just everything all together.
Sounds like added pressure.
Certainly does. Like, I mean, if you go in with any kind of religious stipulations or things that you follow, it's going to be another layer of difficulty that the other house guests don't face. And
100%. They don't. Yeah. I don't know if they're even. They didn't. Well, a lot of people don't even know what kosher is. So to even explain that to them is really difficult. And I didn't want to be excluded, or I didn't want to seem like the girl that's like different, because I'm not used to that, because that's not what defines me. What defines me is Victoria, not what I eat or what religion. You know what I mean? It's my morals, it's me. So that was just kind of, it was kind of hard, and I think that's what really like set me apart from everyone, because from the beginning it was when Caleb was praying. Well, he wanted to do a prayer. It was the third day, and I was like, hey, well, can we just make it not like a Jesus, like Christian thing? Can we make it more like a CBS Big Brother? And he was basically like, either do it my way or the highway. And I was like, whoa. Ooh. That's before I knew Caleb. And I was like, ooh. You know, everyone is with their egos. It's their first couple of days. You have to show that you're like strong. And I was just very overwhelmed. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm obviously extremely different from all these people. This is going to be a whole different road for me. My strategy walking into this house completely changed. But that was a little hard.
Well, let's step back. Let's start from the start. Let's roll it all the way back to like the very first time that you ever heard of Big Brother, your first exposure to Big Brother, and then your audition process. Let's go through that first.
Okay, well, obviously I have dual citizenship, so I'm American and I'm Israeli, and I go to Israel every summer because Florida, the weather is horrible and it's raining. Literally, everyone who's in Florida in the summer leaves. So since I was in 7th grade, I've been going to Israel every single summer, and Big Brother there is huge. I mean, it's like a family event. Like, parents watch it, kids watch it, from age 5 to 100. So I'm extremely addicted, and because I'm there every single summer. And I was actually at a bar just hanging out, waiting for my table, because there was a huge waiting list. Someone came up to me and they were like, hey, you're just really gorgeous. You're catching everyone's attention. Have you heard of Big Brother? And I was like, well, I watch it in Israel, but I've never watched it here because I'm not here in the summer. And then basically it just happened, and crazy. I ended up in LA in the summer, but it was insane. I mean, the fact that they found me just randomly, and that I'm a huge Big Brother fan in Israel, it's just like everything all together was just like crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did your family watch it? Did they go to Israel this summer, or did they stay in the States?
Oh no, of course my parents stayed. Come on, they can't. They were following the feeds the whole entire time. They were watching me 24/7. They said I took over their lives.
Good.
This was their first time watching American Big Brother because they go to Israel as well in the summer. So this was their first time watching American Big Brother.
What'd they think of it?
Oh, amazing, amazing. I mean, my mom, she was raised in Brooklyn. She's American. It was just amazing. A dream come true to them, basically.
Can you, because I don't understand Big Brother Israel. Since you kind of grew up watching that, is it a huge format change from BBUS?
100%. Big Brother Israel, there is no HOH, there is no POV. It's mostly like house challenges. And then if you complete that task, you get money for the week to buy groceries or like creams or whatever you need. And then they do nominate people for eviction, but Israel chooses who will leave. So it's a lot more personal, where here it's a lot more strategy and game. It's completely different. Here, the jury votes. In Israel, Israel votes. Okay. So it's 100% different.
What was your strategy kind of going into the house, when you get chosen and, you start watching the U.S. version, like, what is your strategy going in there? What is your strategy when you actually get in there? And, like, how did that kind of change, and how did your gameplay develop?
Well, before I stepped into the Big Brother house, I knew that I wanted to lay low, because I've realized in previous seasons that the people who usually lay low in the beginning end up at the end because they don't cause a lot of drama, or they're not seen as a threat. So it's like, I don't care what people think about me. I just want to get to the end. It doesn't matter how I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. So that was my strategy. Yes. But I didn't think that I was going to be so taken back by how different I felt than everyone else, because I've never felt that way in my life. So after that, I was just really emotional, and the fact that I found Derrick, or that he found me, I guess, because he came to me after I had that breakdown. He was like, listen, my wife is Jewish. I understand where you're coming from. Like, don't worry about it. I'm here for you. Little did I know I was linking up with the best person in the house. And basically, I just had to play dumb the whole entire time. He told me literally everything. Every little step he was doing, he told me. So he just told me, I can't tell you exactly what is said, but this is what's happening. Just play dumb, play stupid, and you'll get to the end. But you have to play that role. Do not show people that you're into the game. Don't show people that you know what you're doing, and you're just gonna stay. And I was like, fine, that's good. We'll have our game talk whenever we would sit on the hammock or late at night. But they would never catch us talking game, which was perfect because I was the last girl standing, so I loved it and I didn't care.
Did you?
No, that's awesome.
Did you at any time try to form any other alliances outside of Derrick? Did you feel a need to, or were you totally trustworthy of Derrick?
The funny thing is that in the beginning, I was, okay, maybe I need to get with the girls, but the girls were extremely catty. And the funny thing is that week 3 already, alliances were breaking up, week 3. People were backing each other. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, all right, well, obviously I'm not down to get with all these little alliances that are just going to stab me in the back. I need to find one person. I found Derrick. I was like, that's the person I'm going to trust. And yeah, I'm going to make little deals here and there, but another alliance, no way. They were literally pointless. They were all getting broken up after literally 2 or 3 days. It was pathetic. It was actually funny to watch or to hear about it. I haven't watched it yet. But to hear about it was funny. There was like 10 different alliances, and they were all just backstabbing each other and just talking crap about each other all day long. So that's not a real alliance.
Well, as far as when you watch it, you'll see what alliances you're obviously. I guess you're aware of the bomb squad, detonators, hitmen, of course, and all those alliances. Really, truly, Victoria, you'll see as it goes through. They really never liked each other, but they never turned on each other for the most part. The bomb squad shuffled down to the detonators, and then Caleb was kind of on the outside.
Yeah.
They were actually pretty loyal, because you were told several times about fake alliances that Devin thought was real, alliances that maybe Frankie thought was real, and in all honesty, they were real. They were as real as is you and Derrick.
But I think mine and Derrick was the realest. I mean, we literally ended up in the final three. There was nothing that he could have done or that I could have done to change anything. He kept me safe and told me when he told me he had my back, he had my back. It wasn't like when Frankie told Amber he had her back and backdoored her. And it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like I never second guessed my trust in Derrick. When I think a lot of people did question a little bit, and I think I'm lucky to have a Derrick in the game because everyone wanted to align with him, and the fact that he aligned with me from the beginning and with me until the end and never turned his back on me is huge. So because he did stand up for me a lot of times.
So you never thought in your head he could turn on me at any point. You never questioned his loyalty at all.
At the end, I did. At the end, and you'll see. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw on the live feeds or not, but I knew he was really close to Cody. I knew that him and Cody were working together from really early in the game, maybe week 2 or 3. I knew that they were working together 100%. But and then when the girls start dwindling down, it's like bro, and I'm like, oh hey, what up? Like I'm a single girl, but he's married. It's not like he doesn't owe me anything. I'm not his girlfriend in the house. I'm not his sister, like blood related. What does he owe me? Nothing. We're friends. But obviously, bros are always going to be closer than a boy and a girl's friendship. So then I started really getting like, ooh, wait, he's getting close with Christine. Oh my God, wait, what's going on? Oh my God, wait, okay, and this and that. I did, and I used to interrogate him a little bit, but So
was it hurtful? Was it hurtful to you then? Because basically, it sounds like your strategy when you came in the house kind of went away, and your strategy became basically listen to Derrick and stay out of trouble. Am I getting that?
100%. He told me there was many times that I was just gonna call people out, and he always told me do not call them out. Talk to me if you need to talk to someone, because he did not want me to be the center of a talk because he wanted to get at other people. He wanted me to stay in the game, so he basically told me, do not talk, do not cause any drama. So even though I knew all this information that he was telling me all the time, I always kept it to myself. So I would never screw up my own game or his, and I trusted him 100%. So.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a couple of hindsight things. Okay. In hindsight, do you feel like you were playing for third since Derrick says he would have taken Cody to the final 2 over you?
I was extremely, extremely hurt by that because I thought Derrick told me that we had a final 2, but obviously he had a final 2 with Cody, and he's going to tell me that until the end. He has done everything in his power to help me, and I greatly appreciate that. The fact that I don't even know if that's true, if he would have taken me or not. He could have said that and at the last minute taken me. I have no idea what he would have done. So, because he didn't win the last HOH. He said it, but...
Well, he says, and it even said on our interview that he would have taken Cody. So...
I know.
But I still debate. I debate. Yeah, exactly. How can you say it?
You don't know. No.
Yeah.
I debate too. Victoria, the entire season, and if you go back and watch some of our podcasts, pretty much everybody said from about week 4, Derrick was going to win it and you were going to get second place. So it's hard for me to honestly conceptualize that Derrick would not have taken you, contrary to things that he says, to maintain the bros of the Hitmen dominance. But I firmly believe if he had the choice to make, I don't see a way in the world he would not have taken you, even though that's what he says. So, but
I mean, he was extremely torn. He could have not told me. He could have told me, I am going to take you, or I don't know, he could have BS'd me. I have no idea, but he was honest. But I think if he would have won the final HOH, I think he would have been torn, and it wouldn't have been a straight Cody answer. I don't know, though, but it's different. There you go. It's a bros, and it's me and him.
Yes.
It's completely
we'll never know.
We'll never know.
You say a very Derrick word there, torn, okay? Because if Derrick says he's torn, he is lying to you because he knows. So if you ever remember Derrick telling you he was torn, he was not. So
all right,
that's a big lie. Hey, let's talk about some fun stuff. Let's talk about your 24 hours of punishment of Adam and Eve with Beast Mode Cowboy.
48.
48. Excuse me.
48.
Sorry, I hate to cut
That's crazy.
I hate to cut it short. 48 is a long time to be chained to beast mode. What was that like?
McCrae can relate. He did it.
I did 24. I did 24. I didn't have to do the whole 48. That's crazy. I could not do that.
I mean, it was insane. We were in like little bathing suits. The house is freezing, and the more people that leave the house, the colder it gets because there's less people. And we couldn't.
You look phenomenal, by the way. You look phenomenal.
Thanks. We couldn't like sit with a blanket on the couch. We couldn't have anything. So we were literally always like in a bed because we were freezing.
Yeah.
And like every little thing. Like you want to go to the bathroom, but then like okay, wait, I'm not gonna drink water because then I'm gonna have to pee, and then I'm gonna have to get him out of bed. And what if he's sleeping? What if he falls asleep? Okay, and Caleb, come wait for a second. And he's like, oh my God, baby. Yeah. But it did make us a lot closer, and it was such a cool experience. I mean,
yes.
who else could say they were Adam and Eve in the Big Brother house? And it's funny because we're two like really religious people. I mean, I'm Jewish, and I'm really religious, and he's Christian, and he's religious, so it's just like funny, and we bonded a lot. We had a lot of funny moments. Loved him.
Did you?
I want to know.
Go ahead, McCrae.
I want to know, like, what was, like, what did you find the funniest in the house? Like, what is the funniest moments to you in the house?
Oh my God, there were so many. But honestly, when Nicole gave Zach the wedgie, that was hilarious. I was dying of that. There was a lot of bloopers. I don't think they ever made air, but like Nicole would slip a lot and fall. Me and Nicole just cracking up about like the hair bun or like trying to figure out like the leaders. Like stuff like that, just like genuine, like funny moments. I don't know if those ever made like the episodes, but they were hilarious.
Yeah, there's the Zach getting a wedgie made TV. There's a couple of funny things. I can't wait to go back and watch it because.
Oh my God, I can't wait. That was hilarious. I was like, you go, Nicole. You better pull him off the ground and give him that wedgie.
Yeah. Hey, one thing I would like to ask you about the beginning part of the game before we get too deep in the game. At the very beginning, and before Frankie nominated you, it looked like y'all hit it off very well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you were making some really good relationships early in the house, and then it seemed like almost you narrowed them all down to Derrick because he was giving you good information, you could trust him. Would you explain about your and Frankie's friendship and being nominated? And I guess the meltdown after being nominated is when Derrick stepped in. Is that correct?
Well, Derrick stepped in like day 3 when that we weren't on live feeds, yeah. But that's when Caleb said the whole prayer, and he knew I was Jewish, and I was like, ooh. And then that's when he came up to me because his wife is Jewish, so it was something that he could like relate to. And he was very comforting. But also after nomination, him and Cody both came up to me. I was just shocked because me and Frankie were supposed to be close, and he was like, "You're my princess, and let's work together. We're gonna ride this thing out." And I was like, "All right, cool." And I was like, the only person I have to worry about is Caleb because me and him didn't have the best, first impressions of each other. And then when he nominated me, I was like, are you serious? I'm like, all right, this is over. We're done. Like, you completely, like, I will never trust you.
Yeah.
You completely betrayed me in every single way on the first week. So peace out, Frankie.
Yeah. So from then on, Frankie burnt that bridge, and you would not have entertained working with him at any point there. You were.
Oh, no.
Okay,
no, I did not trust him.
So basically what I'm getting here, and it appeared this way from the show, but I want to hear it from your mouth, is that basically once you realized Derrick's position in the game, you knew that you would get far by just listening to him. Is that correct?
I guess listening, but the fact that, okay, in this house, if you're not in with the social crowd on the first day, your game is very like, oh my God, now you have to really win comps or now this, and that has never happened to me. I'm used to people knowing me and knowing the person that I am. So to just be around like loving people and all of a sudden people are like excluding me, that was weird for me. And I knew that I didn't have that social part. I'm like, all right, well, great. And if someone that does have it, I need to link up with him. He obviously he cares about me, obviously. He didn't have to come up to me. He cares about me. I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to him because he knows he's going to get more information than I am. I'm not really close with these people. I didn't get in the first couple of days. They excluded me completely. So he was in socially. I was like, perfect. Okay. You're going to tell that. So that's where all that listening comes into play because he knew a lot. He was going to get more out of them than I was.
Exactly. So he was okay. So you were leeching onto his social game. That's
the best.
I mean, that is
smart.
That's the way
super
to do it.
smart.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the game I want to play.
Yeah. No. I mean, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, I got a question about competitions. This comes from @GG_L, a fan question here. Did you throw any competitions?
The only one I really threw was the first one. I could have held on a lot longer, but I did have a really exhausting day. And from the show, how I've watched it, is that we were staying on for a while, and Julie was like, "Oh wow, everyone is still on." And I'm like, "Oh crap! Well, I don't want to seem a threat to the girls. Let me just fall off." And I was like, all right, it's the first competition. I did not know there was going to be a BOB. That's the only one I really threw. I could have held on a lot longer, but I just didn't want to seem a threat to the girls, especially after Julie made that comment. I'm like, oh, great, now the girls are going to come. You know, you never know if the girls are jealous or not. You don't know. Like, the first day, you don't want to, you don't want people coming after you for the wrong reasons. I was like, let me just drop. So I just dropped.
No. Yeah, fair enough. Were you ever closer to anyone other than Derrick? Was Derrick it seems from your answers that there's no one ever that you're closer to, but was there any relationships that were starting to build or bud or blossom, and then somebody may have gotten evicted, or?
Me and Hayden were extremely, extremely close, actually. He was like my little brother in this game, but the fact that he was coming, or from what the house was saying, he was coming after Derrick, and all that, and he was linked up with Donnie. So obviously he had to go. Derrick was my number one in this game. I love Hayden, but he wasn't working with me. We never had an alliance. I never knew how much I could trust him, and I knew at the end of the day he would take Nicole over me. So I was like, I just have to let you go. But sure. I love him. He really supported me a lot. I must give him that. He's an amazing person. He cared for me. And Nicole, of course, me and her at the end formed a really good friendship. And I really wanted her to stay in the house, but besides Derrick, it was really Hayden, and that's it.
Okay, yeah, excellent. Hayden's an awesome guy. We met yesterday, and I mean, golly, couldn't be a nicer dude. Let's see. Tell me just real briefly, how are your wisdom teeth doing? Have you been to the dentist since you've been back home?
Oh my God, I haven't been to the dentist yet. It has been insane. I haven't even had time to breathe. I'm like running around all the time. My wisdom teeth are fine. My face is not swollen. It was the most horrible pain I've ever been in. That was the first time ever in my life I've ever gotten an IV, and to not have my parents there, I am terrified of needles. Like, I have a phobia. I get extremely scared. And I was so weak in the fact that I couldn't even tell them that I want someone in the room. It was horrible. I fainted. It was really bad. Oh. But I'm doing good.
Oh, that's
I mean, when it was showing the infection, I guess, and how it was swelling in your jaw, I felt terrible.
Both sides. It was
really
bad.
I felt terrible.
The worst thing ever for me. I don't think I would have been able to continue with the game almost. Like, my teeth are so sensitive that it would have just been like, this is the most miserable thing ever. I have to sit with all these people that are talking at me. I'm in the worst pain.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
100%.
I don't know how you did it.
And I do not want to look like friggin' I have cotton balls in my mouth. It was embarrassing, but I am human, and
no, you're a trooper.
It's so ironic that in the Big Brother house, that's when this is happening to me. It was just weird.
Yeah.
But
exactly. Yeah, of all the times that happened.
Would
you tell us a little bit about? Yeah, so you went to the intensive care unit. Is that right?
I went to what?
Did you go? You left the house to receive medical treatment for your teeth. Is that correct?
Oh no.
Oh, it was okay. It was just treatment inside. Okay.
Inside the house when it was happening.
Yes, when it was happening.
I had to get all the treatment, but I haven't seen anyone outside the house. But in the house, yes, they kept the doctors kept coming, kept looking at my teeth, making sure it's not infected. I had to rinse my mouth and gargle all the time, salt and water, make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay in this game because I thought my face was gonna stay swollen because I couldn't talk. I was in really bad pain. But after the house, I haven't yet seen doctors.
Okay. Yeah, don't let that flare up again because that looked painful.
Yeah.
So, hey, I want to talk about something that I know that when you did it, you didn't realize you made the world mad. But when you tore up Zach's hat, Did you have any idea that Zach's hat has become iconic on Big Brother?
100%. That was my hat. Thank you very much.
It was your hat, yes.
That is not Zach's hat. And I knew that, and that's why I did it. That kid would do anything to get under my skin, and I always told him. I always had his back. Every time we need to talk to someone, I was there for him, and I was like, do not mess with me, Zach. Do not mess with me. Over and over for, I think, like 3 weeks. And then he made a comment, and I was like, Zach, it's done. I literally grabbed the hat. I knew I was going to get people upset. I was like, I don't care. My fans are going to love me. I mean, hello, I have to stick up for myself. I can't let someone keep beating me down all day long.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was game and all, but I got to play the game too. I told him, I will get you in the worst way possible, and I did. And it was my hat. He got so upset. It was fun to see him like that. I'd never seen Zach get upset with me like that. It was cool. I liked it.
That's why.
Come on. I was like, nah. And I was like, maybe he never thought I would rip it up. He just thought I took it. So I was telling him if he would be nice to me, maybe I'll give it back to him. Little did he know it was ripped up. And
ripped up.
But I figured it would be cool. Oh well.
Do you still have the shreds? Do you still have the shreds of the hat? Did you save the shreds?
I do. 100%.
You should sell those. Sign them up, sell them. Sell those online. That's going to be big money.
You would make big money.
Really big money.
I wanted to. I was like, ooh, I have to say this. It was so hard, like, keeping it a secret from him because I would have to bring it sometimes into DR, like for his goodbye message or just like around the house because he was like, I'm going to destroy your stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to find it. I had to like wrap it up in tinfoil, put it in like a Ziploc bag. I put it in the fridge one time. Like I did anything and everything not to find that hat.
That's so good.
You are hysterical. Honestly, well,
Absolutely.
no. In all honesty, I mean, like it was your hat, so you could have just hit it, but you tore up your own hat just so Zach wouldn't be able to wear it. Like,
exactly.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Hey,
funny.
What was after being out of the house? Well, okay, let's give you two things here. What was your biggest shock? Derrick being a cop, or Frankie being Ariana Grande's older brother?
Well, they're both extremely, like, different, but the fact that Derrick was a cop, because, I mean, me and Frankie weren't that close, so yeah, that was a shock, but, like, you know, in Big Brother, there are many surprises, so, like, I expected someone to be someone else, you know, you just, like, expect that kind of,
Sure.
But Derrick, the person who I considered my best friend, literally my brother, thought I knew him, I didn't know crap about him, he's a freaking cop, I still can't get over it today.
Okay, so when he said that, you weren't like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. You were just totally mind blown.
I wasn't mind blown. I didn't even. I mean, obviously it all made sense to me, but it wasn't even processing like game wise. It was just like, wait, hold on, wait, what? Wait, who are they? Who is this person ever talking to for 97 days? And then obviously it all made sense. That's why he was so amazing at the game. And I literally told him week 2, I'm like, you're gonna win this thing. Like you're gonna. I knew it from the beginning. You just know off the bat. You know. But it was extremely mind blowing. I didn't think that. Like he always told me he had a secret to tell me, but I mean that kind of secret? What the heck?
Yeah.
You know anything about me?
Well, I wanted to ask that because when Frankie said that he was Ariana's brother, or that Ariana was his sister, I guess is the way he said it. Your face. I want you to go back and watch the episode because you. I mean, it was like they played like this twinkle music, like you're starstruck. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. So.
Too funny. I mean, I was because I love his sister very much, and I listen to her a lot. And the thing is that I have been talking about her, and for me to find out, that's like a huge thing. And it was just like, what? Like all the times we were speaking about her, like what is going on? But I think Derrick's hit me more because of the relationship that we have, and me and Frankie didn't have that kind of relationship.
All right. Your thoughts on Cody, because I want to kind of get into as the game's narrowing and people are leaving. Thoughts on Cody. Derrick had said that he wanted to have 2 people in the final 3 with him that weren't working together, so they would both take him. What was the problem with you and Cody's relationship developing, and was it Derrick?
You know what? Me and Cody on a personal level are totally fine. I love that kid. But when you are in a game and you are working with someone, you know who's close to him. So of course I'm gonna be jealous, and of course I'm gonna be a little bit like standoffish because you're trying to work with who I think is my number one ally, but in your head it's your number one ally. So it was a lot of okay, he's working with both of us. It was more of fighting over Derrick, I guess.
Derrick. Yeah. Okay, that totally makes sense because
everyone I knew everyone adored Derrick. Like I loved his gameplay, and I knew that people respected him in the house. Hello, he wouldn't say anything, and he would just have whatever he wanted like come to play. So it was just hard because you know that this person, you're basically like competing against this person. I was like competing with Cody. Or against Cody for Derrick, kind of, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. Which totally explains your strained relationship because Derrick did not want y'all together.
Right.
So that's the reason he could have brought y'all together, worked things out. But since there was a jealousy, and you did know, you were very aware that Cody and Derrick had a relationship, and because of how guys can be, you knew that you could be put on the outs very quickly. So okay, I'm really glad that you explained that because people would want to know, what's this? Why not? What's her? Why she's so aggravated with Cody all the time? Because I think some people may have thought that like you could have been part of the Hitmen possibly had you and Cody gotten along better. But it looks like now that there's obviously no way that was ever going to happen.
No, and Derrick is very smart, and that was a huge strategic move that he knew. I told him when we were even Final Four, I told him if I stay in this house and it's me and Cody, you are sitting at a very good spot because I'm going to take you and he's going to take you. So he knew all along. It wasn't to his benefit to mesh us together and say, okay, let's all get along. It was part of his strategy, and I completely understand. He was never like, oh no, well, Victoria's like this, or oh no, Cody's like that. No, he didn't care. Why does he care? Let them it wasn't like anything like it wasn't mean, malicious stuff. It was just like game-wise, like, oh my God, you're Cody again, or he would be like, oh my God, are you attached to Victoria again? Like those kinds of things. It was just game-related, nothing personal.
Okay. Let's talk about you and Derrick's fight. When you called him out on your eviction speech, and then the rewind button had been pressed, so you had to kind of like do this charade for about a week. Kind of tell us about that, because to be honest with you, y'all pulled it off, kinda, but it seemed very poorly played.
I want to know, like, why did you think, like, or why did you want to, like, help Derrick that badly? Or, like, why would you sacrifice your game, to help Derrick? I thought that was a very bold strategy.
I agree.
Oh, yeah, wait, can I just get my battery charger real quick because my computer is dying?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Hold on.
Absolutely. Well, no worries. Because, I don't know. Let's, we're taking a little break ski. Everyone get a little bit of water, go to the bathroom, but be back quickly. Let's have ourselves an intermission. I'm
so sorry, guys.
No worries.
Hello. Okay,
There's
sorry.
no worries.
Okay, my phone, my computer. Okay. About Derrick. Oh, why would I do it? Oh, before the rewind button? Like why?
Yeah, like why were
the result?
Why were you so committed to?
Like, why did you want to sacrifice? Yeah.
Oh, because I knew that I was going home. Because I didn't know what the rewind button was, and I knew ahead of time I'm leaving this house. And Frankie wasn't going to change his mind. No one's going to change their mind. And I wanted Derrick to get to the final two. That's the only person I wanted to win if it wasn't me. I always said, if it's not me, let it be Derrick. So I did everything in my power so that if Frankie was going to get to the final three and would win that HOH, he would pick Derrick over someone else. Basically. That kid, I know, people can say whatever they want to say. I know the real Derrick, he literally did whatever he could to save me. I know everyone told me, like, even Cody, like, when we were Final Three, he's telling me how Derrick always had my back. Derrick never let anyone talk bad about me. And he should be talking about himself, trying to get my vote if I am in the jury. And he's over here preaching Derrick about always having my back. So I knew that, and I just wanted to do everything I could to help Derrick if I was out of the house.
Okay. Okay. Was it kind of back to what I was trying to get at before? Was it awkward to kind of fake a fight with so few people in the house?
Yes, but no one ever thought it could be as feisty and mean as it was to Derrick. So, I think Frankie bought it. I mean, I did make him cry.
Yeah.
People were coming up to Derrick and telling him, "Oh my God, Victoria is really mean. Like, I really want to talk to her. Oh my God, she called you on national television. Like, what? Oh my God, like, should we tell her something?" Cody was really offended by it. People were offended by it. So then Derrick was like, "All right, let's tone it down. Let's tone it down," and all some smash things. But I think people were buying it. It was kind of hard because he was a very good friend of mine in the house, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It was a couple of days, and
Absolutely.
we had fun
Absolutely.
with it. I mean, we were
Yeah.
super sneaky about, like, like hugging real quick. Like, if we like had a quick conversation, everything was like real quick, and it was fun to like fool Frankie.
Well, you
Cried.
got Frankie crying. I mean, that was good. That was good.
When the reset happens, what is your new game plan? Did you like go get Derrick and like, what are we gonna do, or did you guys just know like brainwaves? Like, all right, we just gotta keep going.
He told me, I know we just pressed this rewind button. I am telling you, this nomination is not going to count. I am telling you, it has to be some nominations. Even if there's another eviction that night, the fact that you're up right now is not going to matter. I'm telling you, you're going to have another chance. You have to stay in game mode. And then when it got all pretty, because I didn't want to walk out, like, meeting Julie in, like, my workout clothes, and I was like, no, Derrick, I'm really leaving. Like, this is a real eviction. Like, oops, sorry. And then he was like, okay, fine, we said like our goodbyes, but he was like, no, stay in game mode. And basically, when that whole thing happened, I knew that the next plan was to get Frankie out.
Okay.
So we did have a game play. It was never like, okay, you're leaving, and that's it. He was always kept me in game mode. He never stopped that.
So basically, in yours and Derrick's plans, the week of the rewind, y'all were both talking about the next week with the confidence that you'd be staying. Is that correct?
The what?
So on the rewind week, when you were on the block, basically you and Derrick's conversations, they pertain to the following week as if you were going to be there. There was never where you were. So.
Exactly. All the conversations that we had were as if like there was not even a nomination, there was not going to be an eviction. I'm going to stay in the Big Brother house. And for one more week, basically, it was never like you're leaving. He always put me in game mode, even when I was like, oh my God, no, I'm really leaving. Like, I have to say bye. Like, no, you're not leaving. Like, he always, he never thought I was leaving with that whole rewind button.
That's
awesome.
That's
yeah, it was cool.
Let's since we're kind of up around towards the end of the game, let's talk about With Cody and Derrick in the final two, we'll bounce around a little bit, but I've got a question because I want to hear your thoughts on this. With Cody and Derrick in the final two, I think I know the answer to this, but was there anything that Cody could have said to you that would have gotten your vote?
Nope.
Nothing.
knew. I mean, people were preaching Derrick right in front of to me. Well, they're supposed to be trying to get my jury vote. I mean, if I was ever evicted, even when we were like final five. So you never know who's going to go to jury. You want to have a good relationship with everyone, and you want to like praise yourself as much as you can to get their vote. And instead, they're praising Derrick, telling me how he always defended me. Derrick always had my back, especially when we had that huge fight. Everyone was like, "Oh my God!" Every time we stepped into a room, everyone knew not to say one bad word about Victoria. And so I knew that he did everything in his power to help me in the game. There was no way I could have voted for Cody.
Yeah. I like I said, I thought I knew the answer to that, but I just wanted to hear it from your mouth. So, okay, what you want to talk a little bit about about Donnie and the bathroom door?
I mean,
okay.
First of all, what did you write on the bathroom door? Was it just your name? Was
oh my God! Well,
your
I
initials?
Really bad about that. Well, I wrote Princess Victoria. It was actually really pretty. I wrote Princess Victoria, and it had a heart, and then I wrote BB16, and I put a little crown on top of it. It was really pretty. I mean, I took my time. And when the jury came, I literally thought it was Christine. So I sincerely apologize for ever thinking that it was her or like blaming her, because that is something I feel really bad about. I thought it was Christine the whole entire time. When I found out it was Donnie after the show ended, I was extremely shocked. I knew that Donnie wasn't as innocent as he seems, but to do that is, I think, very personal, very malicious, and I didn't understand it. It was very, I mean, the boys felt bad for me. That was a point where, like, I was the only girl and it was, like, all boys, and literally I was, like, the little sister. Literally, Caleb came up to me and he was like, Victoria. They were, like, talking. They're like, oh, my God, should we tell her? We have to tell her. She's going to be hurt. Oh, my God, we don't want her hurt. He was like, before you see it, like, I just wanted to tell you, like, don't be hurt. And Derrick kept telling me after, put your name on that door. Put your name on that door. You know, they all kept telling me, did you put your name on the door? Put your name on. They were super supportive. But I was extremely shocked it was Donnie, and I'm sorry, Christine, for thinking it was you.
Were you surprised at the America's Favorite house guest, the top 3?
No, actually, I figured it was gonna be Zach and Nicole and Donnie. I knew that. We all knew that. We all knew that he was gonna be like the person that's always alone, and so people are gonna vote for him because he's like fighting for himself, and we all called that he was gonna get America's Favorite if it wasn't Zach.
Okay, that's
Wasn't surprised.
Okay. As somebody who got 3rd place just like you and spent a lot of time on the block, was there any time that you felt that you were in trouble in the house, even with being on the block, or did you feel like you're just holding this chair so this person can go?
Well, the thing is that I was nominated a lot in the beginning. I was nominated 4 times in the beginning and was able to take myself off the block, so I'm never there on actual eviction night. Week 10
Sure.
was the first time that I was up on eviction night, and it was against my best friend, Nicole. That was hard. I knew that she wasn't campaigning against me. She knew the situation in the house. So I didn't fear it too much, but in the beginning it obviously tears you apart, but I always seem to get myself off and not be there in actual eviction. So if it was me winning the BOBs or that POV or when Hayden's taking it, I always seem to get myself off. Mm-hmm. And then when it dwindled down, when the girls started dwindling down, it was like, ooh, okay, week 10, I was like, all right, well, let's just put Victoria. She's the only girl left. Or, you know, not to get blood on their hands. It was like the bros against, 2 girls, 3 girls. So that was the only time I really felt in trouble. But in the beginning of the game, when I wasn't there on Thursdays, I was extremely happy. I was like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Good.
All right. This is totally not game related at all, and this is something that we kind of talked to Derrick about. But so have you seen that video of the love video between you and Derrick? With like all the really sappy music. What do you think of that? What are your thoughts behind that whole thing?
I think that
isn't it hilarious?
So funny. Derrick is obviously married and has a daughter. Our relationship was completely the opposite. I mean, we were so brother and sister. It's so funny to watch that. Our memories are really fun to watch. I mean, him like spraying me in the face and like chasing me around the house. We had really fun times in the house, but those videos, man, come on, Derrick's married.
It's so funny.
They're so funny. It's like, especially on a season where there were like really no showmances, people tried to make something out of nothing.
Exactly. I mean, me and Zach have love videos. I think that's funny. Me and him were like rivals on the show. All of a sudden, I see like Zactoria and like Zach's Zactoria and just like all like love stuff. I'm like, what? People are creative. I can say that much.
I'm changing my name right now. I'm Zactoria for life. That's me. That's my name on Twitter from now on.
Victoria, before we wrap it up, there's, I guess, 2 main things I want to talk about, and that the first being from being outside the house, what was the biggest shock to you from being inside? Whether it be perception or, what was the biggest shocker that you're still trying to wrap your brain around?
I think it was, we're locked up in the house for a very, very long time, over 100 days. You are just you're overwhelmed because you're walking down the street and people know who you are, and it's a very hard concept to accept because you haven't spoken to anyone besides these 60 people, and every week obviously got less and less and less. In so long, you forget about what's happening in the world, and all of a sudden you're just like walking in Victoria. I'm like, wait, how did they? Oh yeah, they watched me on Big Brother. That's just crazy. I mean, I thought I was gonna going out and be living my normal life. Obviously not. Everyone has been following me, which is kind of cool. That was extremely crazy.
That's great.
Well, it will get more normal, certainly. But no. Hey, how are you sleeping? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm not sleeping. I actually miss the Big Brother house. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I can't go to sleep.
I know. It's
we all
do. My fire room.
Yeah. It's very common. It's very common that it'll take you probably about 3 or 4 weeks before your brain can shut down enough to go to sleep and get back on a normal schedule.
It's hard. There's no routine in that house, and all of a sudden you're back in your room, but you're like, wait, this is not where I was for like 4 months. And like, what's going on? I couldn't sleep. I was like, where is the fire room? Wait, where's my mic? I got my mic on.
Yeah.
I don't have to sing or like take a bath and like not worry about anything. I was like, oh my god, this is weird. That's crazy.
That was my favorite thing. Was to be able to sing without somebody telling you to stop singing. You know, so
listening to music. What? That's crazy.
Yes. Did you get in your car and drive anywhere when you got home?
I did actually. I drove yesterday to the gym. I got so excited. I was like, yay!
Freedom.
I love
Isn't it foreign? It feels alien. Like, what am I doing? I don't know how to drive. It feels weird. I thought it was so weird.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait, I haven't done this. It was like, wait, do I even know how to drive?
Yeah, exactly. I feel unsafe. I might get in an accident.
One of the radio stations, like I can listen to music and I'm going to a gym. Like it was just weird having freedom because I wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
Well,
we know what prison's kind of like.
Yeah. Somebody said it's like a 5-star prison in one of our earlier podcasts. And I think that's hysterical because that's right. It's like a 5-star prison.
Victoria, I want to know what your what was your takeaway from all this whole experience, all this craziness, all these people that you met, all these just the fans, everything. What's your takeaway from the whole experience in Big Brother?
I think that whoever gets the opportunity to be on Big Brother should definitely do it. It's a huge blessing. It's an amazing, life-changing opportunity. It has made me a much stronger person. I never thought I would be able to be in a house with people that do not understand where I come from at all. I survived until the end, from the first day to the last day. I'm very thankful for my fans and for all the love and support that I'm getting. It feels good to know that what you have been doing or how you portray yourself or how you present yourself is people appreciate it. It feels amazing because that's how I was raised, and it's just cool to have all the love and support, and I just love it. I love Big Brother. It's amazing playing in competitions, meeting people I would have never met Derrick, I would have never met Caleb, never would have met Nicole. Like the people that you never would have met, you meet in the Big Brother house, and it's one of the craziest experiences. It's a roller coaster, but I loved every second of it. Even when I was crying, I missed it so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. Amazing.
I love that response.
Victoria, I want to ask. This is off of Twitter, but I can't remember. Apologize for ever asked this question. But do you consider yourself a floater?
Not at all. If I wanted to create drama or blow up Derrick's game and or not talk to anyone about game, then that's a floater. But the fact that Derrick was literally telling me every single thing when he wasn't even talking that much to Cody, I definitely wasn't a floater. I stayed extremely loyal to him. I never backstabbed him. Even when Nicole got really close, she wanted me to tell her things that Derrick had told me, and she told me that she was gonna help me out and she wanted to work with me. I was like, no, I never crossed him. I was on the block 9 times. I composed myself. Frankie was on the block twice. You saw he couldn't win either of the 2 competitions that he won. No one really understands what it does, and it really messes up with your head. It's more a social thing when you're put up on the block. It's not like I wasn't capable of doing those competitions. It was more mentally I wasn't prepared because I was nominated, and your mind is somewhere else. When you're not on top of your game, your mind does not let me win this competition. You're panicking about other things, about going home, about being nominated. So I think that I am not a floater, and I love the game that I played. I stayed true to myself. I said I would never backstab anyone personally. I wouldn't go after anyone personally. I stayed true to my morals, and I loved every second of it. And I was nominated 9 times, so, and I held myself.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
I agree with you. You're not a floater. Not really by any
sense. I appreciate that.
No, and like I'm not saying it's bad. In the Big Brother community, Rachel Riley has kind of made the word floater a bad word. It's not her fault, and you know it's not bad, but it has a bad connotation.
Correct.
I think floating is a good game. I do not think you were a floater. I think that you were loyal to Derrick. I mean, you were the complete opposite, antithesis of a floater. You were completely loyal to Derrick the entire time. And
thank you. I appreciate that, Spencer.
No, it's not. I'm not fluffing you. I mean, it's 100% true. It was apparent on the episodes. It's apparent and
even if you go back and watch our episodes, like week after week, we were just like, oh, Victoria's game is just the perfect game. Like she's gonna make it to the final 2, no matter what. Like this is the perfect game. Like we loved your game the whole entire time.
Thank
like we
you.
really
I
did.
appreciate
We defend
that.
you up and down.
Thank
No,
you.
absolutely. Well, you played
much.
a good game.
Yeah,
I love you guys, man.
well, to be honest with you, the biggest shock for me this season was that you didn't get at least $50,000. So, I mean,
absolutely, that was big.
I'm sorry that everybody had you picked for at least second place from very early on, and it's like people like Zach. People are like, oh, we love Zach. Zach messed his game up. Zach was playing like a fun game for fans and all this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
He was not playing a game. He was not playing a game to win Big Brother. There was no way in the world that Zach Rance was going to win Big Brother 16. But there was a very good chance that Victoria was going to get to the final 2 and then let her have her speech. What would have been your final 2 speech had you been sitting there against either one, Derrick or Cody?
Basically, I would say that I have been nominated 9 times, and I'm still here in the final 2. No one in Big Brother has ever done that. I never got blood on my hands, so I did lay really low, so I could be good with jury. I mean, I got everyone else out. I was a vote, so I obviously contributed to that, and I got no blood on my hands. I'm in final 2, and why do I not deserve to win when other people have been plotting or literally being each putting you up and making you leave or voting you out when I'm just chilling here and I am doing it without really anything.
Yes. It's exactly. You don't do anything if you don't have to do anything. And
exactly. I'm not gonna get involved in things that I don't need to. If Derrick's telling me I'm good and I trust him, he's my number 1, I like you do your thing. You can get your blood on your hand. I'm good. I want to still be the sweet little Victoria that everyone knows. So if we're in final 2, they'll be like, oh, she was so sweet to me when I was crying, or yeah, she spoke to me, and she never wanted me out of the house, because they still don't know really. They don't watch the episodes. They know as much as everyone else. Yeah. So why not?
Sure. No, absolutely. Well, what's next for you, Victoria? Do you have any things coming up that you got planned that you're going to do that we could promote here, or like a fan mail, email account or address or anything like that we need to share?
Well, I do have obviously my photography business, and that's www.victoriaartphoto.com.
Okay.
I have fan mail, but that's a P.O. box. They can get that. Fan email is Victoria. What? I forgot it. My best friend made it up.
Okay.
I have to check that. That's like my second email. But I do have shirts. Can I show off my shirts?
Yeah.
Please.
I just got them. All right, hold on.
Absolutely.
And we'll actually be finding Victoria's her website and her email and all that stuff, and we'll be putting that in the comments, so you guys can all find how to contact her there. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When she gets back, let's ask her about the throw, please.
Oh, that's all you.
I would like to find out if her parents have told her. That was
so guys, I just got these shirts today.
Let's see them.
the first time the fans are seeing it. Okay.
All right.
Exclusive.
Woo! Came in a princess, walked out a queen.
Oh.
That's good.
On the
That's
back,
good. Queen
Victoria,
Victoria.
BB16.
I love
If
it.
they want to buy them, all the information
Queen
will be
Victoria.
online on my Twitter, on my Instagram, on Facebook. So
Okay.
I will put everything up. Have all the sizes, and I'm so excited. And you guys
That's
want
awesome.
one? Can I send you guys one?
Yeah, do they come in men's sizes? Do they come in men's sizes? I want
They
one.
do,
I want one so
they
bad.
do. Okay, McCrae, I'm sending
I
you
want.
one.
I want one.
I want one.
Yes, please.
You better rock
Hey,
it.
What? I will. I will.
Do you have XL in that? Because I want
Yes,
one.
I do. Yes,
All
I do.
right,
Spencer.
all right.
Are you gonna rock a Team
Good
Victoria
deal.
shirt?
Well, of course. If I get in time, I'll wear it for some of these interviews. So.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I just got these just now when I was
Sweet.
talking to you.
They
guys.
look great.
came.
They look good.
Thanks.
How much you selling them for?
Yeah, I love it.
$15.
Oh, okay, good.
That's good. That's reasonable.
That's very reasonable for us. Yeah. That's perfect. Hey, and I still say you need to sell your hat that Zach wore, the pink hat.
I will.
Got
You can sell it
Yeah.
shred by shred off eBay. I want to ask you, the crow story, Victoria's crow story, was like an internet sensation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a crow, or have you gotten back from your
Oh
friends and
my
said that?
god, okay, my mom got questioned about that so much when I was in the house. It was a huge blackbird, but it wasn't a crow. I translated it wrong. But it was a really huge blackbird. That wasn't a made-up story. That really happened. I'm very traumatized. But I just it's not a crow.
That's great.
There
That's
were some hystericals like Photoshopped images
My
of you as a
mom
baby.
told me they're so funny. I haven't seen them.
You probably
There you go.
Google image like Victoria Crow and see what pulls up. Yeah.
For real?
So,
I'm excited. This is funny.
yeah, I've got one I'll send you that a good friend of mine did. It's
Oh my
hysterical.
God.
You'll love it. But
I'm
anyway,
excited.
Victoria, we're gonna put all your Twitter, your fan mail address. Make sure you just text that stuff to me later, and I'll put it in the comments. So everybody has it.
Perfect.
Because I want people to buy those T-shirts and be able to get in touch with you, and also your photo business. So that's phenomenal. I hope to be seeing lots of good Victoria photos posted to your Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, girl. Well, we're gonna jump off
Thank you
here.
guys so much.
Thank you.
for your time and for a great interview. It's been so much fun talking to you.
I
All
love
right.
you guys. This was a really fun interview. Thank you.
It was a lot of fun doing it for us.
Bye. Of course.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Everybody follow her. It's at Victoria R Photo on Twitter. I'm at Spencer B. Clausen on Twitter, and McCrae is at McCrae Chum. Follow us and keep up with our podcast, and we'll be having more stuff. Follow.
Follow.
Bye.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.